Hi, and good afternoon. Hope you can hear me okay. So, hello. It's Friday. Yes! Exciting. Um, I have some wonderful things to share with you. So let me introduce myself. I'm on my personal page, but I do share this to my public page, so if you may not know me. So, who I am. My name is Catherine Rogers. I am a essential oil educator and a professional network marketer, and I teach people how to build a successful at-home business and to find their purpose and their passion, as well as taking care of their families. It's kind of awesome. I'm also a spaz at times, and I love it. So today we are talking about being broken. Are you broken? And I feel like we all are on some level. We're all broken, whether regardless of what we've gone through in life. There's pieces of you that get chipped off. Hi, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. And I've always realized this concept when if you live life and you don't live in a bubble, and you will have pieces of you broken, and it's how you choose to view the brokenness that will manifest the way you feel about life. And a friend of mine, who I'll tag her later, we were talking about brokenness and being thankful for the broken times, and that so that we could mend and become a better version of ourselves. And hey, Haley, hope that baby's doing well. And so you all are broken. I have been broken, and it will, even if you feel like you're fixed now and you've gone through a process of restoration, something else will chip a piece off. And so today we are going to talk about how to view that brokenness in a wonderful and amazing positive light. And that will give you so much encouragement and give you so much peace and a sense of joy as to where you are because of the brokenness. So there is this type of pottery in Japan, and it's called Kitsungi. I think I said that right. Hi, Sarah. And Kitsungi pottery is Kitsungi actually means is it means beautiful joinery. Is what that means. So what they do is they take a beautiful piece of pottery, or whatever it is, a vase, whatever, and they break it intentionally. Like, it gets broken intentionally. And then the beauty comes when they take the broken pieces and they join them back together with gold, so that the broken piece now has more value and more worth because it was broken, but it was put back together. And I like to view my life that way, because I remember a time when the only adjective I could describe myself as was broken. I had nothing to give. The vessel that I was had giant cracks and was barely holding it together. I could not help anyone. Thank you so much. I'm so glad. So at one point, that's the only thing I could describe myself as, and I could not see outside myself. I could barely take care of my children, even though I constantly poured out of myself to do so. But when a vessel is completely broken and there's nothing done to repair it back, you can't even be what you're intended to be. So for me, because of God's amazing grace in my life and Him allowing me to utilize doTERRA as a business and as a way to mend my brokenness through His plan in my life, I am now a beautiful piece of pottery with intricate designs of gold holding those pieces together. And it's stronger than it was before. Hey, Ryan. Thanks for joining. So when you go through tragedy and you have pieces, whether you're pottery vase of life is completely shattered and barely holding it together, or whether a piece gets nicked off the top. Whatever it is, you can view that situation as, I'm going to either, if you're a Christian, go to God and ask for the tools and the strength to be mended, and then view that situation as a way of making you better, a better version of you, and having even more worth. Hi, Melanie, how are you? And I love that. It is so empowering. It is so encouraging, because people look at things in their life and the brokenness, and they get stuck there and they sit there. And I remember being in that place. I remember thinking, I can only describe myself as broken. I have all this fertilizer being dumped on me, and I cannot breathe, and I cannot move on. And I did not see that circumstance as a way of making me a better person, of bringing glory to God. I only saw the pieces that were not fitting together, and the pain, and shifting that thought process, and then seeing, or if you feel like you have healed from that brokenness, but every time you look back on that, you have this deep sense of pain and hurt and regret. Don't do that. Look back on that and say, I was broken, and now have so much more worth, and to give the world and to give others. And when those cracks and those chips come, put them back together with gold, whether it's with spiritual welding, or physical healing that needs to happen, or emotional healing that needs to happen. Fix that crack and that chip with things that pour into you. And so I hope this encourages you. I want to read to you this amazing thing, so that when you do go through things in life, and that instead of stuffing them or ignoring them, or just wishing you could go back to when things weren't that way, enjoy and find and revel in that happened to you, and you have the ability to move past it and become something greater and help more people's lives. So thankful that I've been through all and had all this fertilizer dumped on me. I'm growing into a tree that has deep roots and that can nourish so many more people. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that so much. So this is in a description about the Kitsungi, and it says, not only is there no attempt to hide damage, but the repair is literally illuminated. A kind of physical expression of the spirit of Mushin. And Mushin is often literally translated into it doesn't matter. It carries connotations of full existing within the moment, and a non-attachment or equanimity amid changing conditions. So what this means is that you don't ignore those things that broke you and hurt you and messed you up. You identify them, and you feel them, and you use them and almost revel in them. Like, I'm not going to let this bother me. This is a great way for me to grow and become something better and more beautiful. And I will have so much more value because this happened to me, instead of just stuffing it, ignoring it, or allowing it to be a thorn and deep pain within you. So that was just so encouraging for me to put the way I view my life into an actual implementation that is an art form. And it's such a tangible way to view those things. And I hope that encourages you, and that if you do feel broken, or you have been broken and you are no longer, congratulations that you have done the work to rebuild and weld back the pieces. And I hope this causes you to view yourself in a much more positive and amazing light, because what a blessing it is that you are more than you were. And that is such an encouragement to me. And I used to think, oh, why is this happening to me? Hey, Julie, why am I going through this? I don't want to be broken. I don't want this to have happened to me. Can I just go back to before when this wasn't the issue? When there was none of these things happening. And then now I don't think that at all. And it is a learning process. I am not perfect by any means whatsoever, and I don't do everything perfectly. But when there are circumstances that chip away at me, I make a concerted effort through prayer and being present in my own life and personal development, in that I let it be an illumination and make me be a better version of me. So this was just been in my heart for a long time, and I didn't do the video because I couldn't figure out how to pronounce Kitsungi. But I did. Go me. And you can look up the pottery, look up on Facebook, Google, look up the Kitsungi pottery. It's hold on. Kitsungi is Kintsugi. So if you want to look up any of that pottery, and maybe print a picture out and stick it somewhere maybe on your bathroom mirror, and write God's truths about you beside that. If you feel like you need extra encouragement, if you are stuck in a place that you don't want to be, that really has helped me. And have an amazing Friday. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week. And this weekend's going to be amazing. So thanks for joining me. Please subscribe there. That's where that button is. And if you have found value in any of these videos that I do, please do share them, because I want to bring love and light and healing into other people's lives. And you can help me do that by sharing these and blessing other people. And then that in turn, when you help other people heal, whether it's physically, emotionally, and spiritually, God uses you with that, it will start a healing process in your life. And so help me spread the word. Thank you, Heather. I'm so glad. Hey, Katie. So share away. And I also upload these to my YouTube channel and to my business page. And I hope that your weekend is so blessed. Own your fancy.